My children know that in our home, there's words that we are not allowed to say. The B word, the S word, and the F word. It's not what you're thinking. These stand for blame, should have, and fault. And here's why. When something goes wrong, someone gets hurt, something spills, feelings are bruised, the first instinct is whose fault it is. Who started it? He or she should have been more careful. Don't blame me. I didn't mean to. And you know what happens when we focus on blame and fault? Nothing gets fixed, because everybody is too busy defending themselves to actually repair what's broken. In this week's Torah portion, Vayikra teaches us a different way. We have the concept of a korban. The entire book of Vayikra is about korbanot, sacrifices, offerings. And most people think, what does this have to do with me when we read these Torah portions today? We don't bring animal sacrifices anymore. But here's what we miss. The word korban doesn't mean sacrifice. It comes from the word karov. It has the same root, to draw near, to come close. And the Ramban explains that the purpose of a korban isn't what Hashem gets from it, it's what we do. We draw ourselves closer to Hashem. Think of it like a magnet. When you sin, when you mess up, when you hurt someone, you create distance with God, with your spouse, with your kids, with your friends. The korban is the act of drawing near again, closing the gap. And that's what korban means. Not sacrifice, drawing close. And here's the critical part, that sometimes you need to draw close even when it's not your fault, even when you didn't mean it, even when it was just a mistake. In Vayikra, in the 4th chapter, it talks about the chatat, the sin offering. And it isn't for intentional sins, it's for unintentional sins. When you didn't mean to do it, it was an accident or you had no idea, yet you still have to bring this korban. Why? And the Ramban there explains that all sins, even those committed inadvertently, leave a stain on your soul, meaning the soul is only fit to meet its maker when it's been cleansed of sin. That sin, even when you didn't mean it, leaves a little bit of a stain, and the action itself, just because it occurs, has consequences. The boundary was crossed, the damage was done, and you can't just say I didn't mean to and expect for things to be fine. Therefore, one is obligated to offer this chatat korban because of unintentional sins, and they reveal some form of lack of caution, that you're accountable for this action, maybe for the carelessness, and even if you didn't mean for it to happen, still perhaps there was some form of lack of care, and you have to take accountability, that even for accidents, you are responsible. So in today's world, to make it real, with, let's say, your children, you're exhausted, or you snap at someone, or you didn't mean to hurt their feelings. You can say, I didn't mean it. You can say, it's not my fault, I'm tired, or you shouldn't be so sensitive. But we learn here that intent does not erase impact. With a spouse, somebody forgets something that maybe is important to you, or they didn't do something on time. It wasn't done on purpose. They may say, I'm so busy, or you might say, I'm so busy, or you should have reminded me. Don't blame me. None of that will bring you closer. It doesn't matter whose fault it is. A boundary was crossed, distance was created, and repair is required. With Hashem, let's say you did something you weren't supposed to do. You forgot to say a blessing, or you forgot to pray, or you can say I was distracted, or I didn't mean to, or it's been a crazy week. What we learn here is that even unintentional sins create some sort of distance from Hashem. You still need to draw near again. You still need some sort of accountability, and you still need to repair. How do we bring a korban today? I think first we have to acknowledge when we're crossing a boundary. Not, I didn't mean to, or it wasn't my fault. Just, I hurt you. I'm sorry. Or I created distance from Hashem. You need to fix that. Second, take accountability, even if it's carelessness. Even an unintentional sin reveals some sort of lack of caution. I should have been more careful. I should have paid more attention. I wasn't as present as I should have been. And third, do something to repair. What action will close the distance and actually make you closer? With your spouse, maybe it's planning something special. With your child, maybe it's spending some sort of one-on-one time with them. And with Hashem, maybe it's committing to one extra mitzvah or one extra thing that you can do with more intention. With a friend, maybe it's showing up when they need you next time. And that, I think, is the modern day korban, to draw near, to take action, and to close the gap. In our home, we banned 3 words: blame, should have, and fault. Because this parsha teaches us something better. Korban, from the root karov, means to draw near. When something goes wrong, don't ask whose fault it is. Ask, how do we draw near again? With God, with family, with friends. Even mistakes create distance. Even if it's unintentional, sins leave a stain, and repair is required. Stop defending. Start repairing. That's what a korban is, and that's what accountability is, and that's what love is.